Back here at Hardrock MMA 95 main card set to go here. We've got Gavin Agnew. You see making his way to the cage here. 8 wins and 6 losses, unfortunately on a 4-fight losing streak, however. So he tries to break that losing streak, coming in fairly late notice here to take on Perry Stargel here at Hardrock 95. Guy who started out his career in Gavin Agnew just a couple of years ago and already has 14 fights in 2.5 years. And he and his brother, both of them like to stay super active. Keegan Agnew is the Hardrock MMA lightweight champ.
I watched Gavin's fight against Alex Hacker at Hardrock MMA 92, September 16th, and it was a decision, unanimous decision win for Alex. But Gavin stayed alive. I mean, he had a pretty good, not the worst performance in the world. So despite the 4-fight losing streak for Gavin.
Yeah, 3 of them via decision. So
yes,
he comes in against Perry Stargel. Comes in against Perry Stargel out of Vision MMA, who, 21 years old, won his first 3 fights, 2 of them under the Hardrock MMA banner, and then has lost 2 in a row. So I've got another guy who's looking to get back on the winning track here at Hardrock MMA 95, and his last fight was a vicious knockout at the hands of Jeff Whipple, just 6 seconds. And you definitely got to think he wants to rebound and get that taste out of his mouth from Hardrock MMA 89 earlier this year. But a guy super talented, definitely got caught in that fight, and his other fight he lost against Dylan Ferris, but has a win over, I mean, he was 2-0 and took on a guy, Brian McDowell, back at Hardrock 84 last year, a guy who had, almost 20 fights of amateur experience and took home the win. So you just got to wonder which Perry Stargel is going to show up. Is it going to be the one that beat Brian McDowell in his 3rd fight, or is it going to be the one that came up short and got knocked out in 6 seconds by Jeff Whipple? Had about 7 months off and see if we see a different Perry Stargel here in this fight.
We want to encourage our viewers to interact with us. Tweet at us at #HRMMA95. We'd love to hear why you're tuning in to tonight's stream, which fighter you want to see, and what outcome you predict. We do have Eddie Giannini tweeted, "My dude, Jordan Zawari on a different level." So no surprise that the first #HardrockMMA95 tweet is coming in for the fan favorite thus far, Jordan Zawari.
Set to go here, 175-pound catchweight bout. Perry Stargel in the gray, Gavin Agnew in the black. Rob Mooney is the 3rd man in the cage. Battle of southpaws here. Big left hand over the top there from Perry Stargel lands. Nice inside leg kick. Agnew looking to try to get this fight to the ground. See the takedown defense up against the cage here. Stargel has that whizzer on the left arm of Gavin Agnew. Nice job throwing that strike off the break. Stargel now with his hands down. I'm never one to second guess a fighter or, say a fighter shouldn't be doing what he's doing, but I mean, this guy got knocked out in 6 seconds in his last fight.
Maybe he should have his hands up.
Yeah, probably should keep his hands up. There's a nice right hand there from Perry
Looks like his
Stargel.
best defense is his offense.
Yeah, nice
far.
sprawl there.
Do you have a Darce?
Yeah, Darce choke here. Looks like he might be able to finish this. This is tight. Needs to be able to hook that leg.
Agnew's keeping a solid base, looking to go to the mount or more likely into a half guard of Perry Stargel.
Yeah, Stargel still has control of that neck, but going to be really tough to try to finish it from here.
Yeah, Stargel lost the position despite sinking in the Darce early.
Yeah, he needed to try to hook that leg on that Darce, but Agnew, again, the veteran, able to get out now on top, now in half guard, looking to try to make his way maybe to side control. This is the position where if you're professional, this would be elbow, elbow, elbow.
What a difference that can make.
Amateurs, no elbows allowed to the head. Can't throw elbows to the body, though. As you see, right on cue with the elbow to the body for Gavin Agnew. Stargel now trying to make his way back to his feet. Maybe going to try to get to the cage and use that to wall walk up against the cage. Not using his hands at all to try to get back to his feet, but that's just pure athleticism.
Unorthodox way of regaining his footing.
Agnew against the cage. They go back to the center. Big right hand there from Agnew. Under 10 seconds left in the first round. Look like maybe.
Wow, I love those stats.
See the strikes thrown there. Perry Stargel 65, landed 16. Those are significant strikes landed against Gavin Agnew's 9. The interesting thing is there, though, I thought that Agnew kind of controlled that round. You see our live stats here in between rounds. See cage control, also 47 seconds for Gavin Agnew. And I think the stats might have shown that Perry Stargel won that round. I think that stats sometimes show what you want them to show, and sometimes I think that you also see the 2 submission attempts there from Gavin Agnew. Awesome. We will have the fight stats available for you after every single round here on our main card tonight.
Hardrock MMA is growing and expanding, and the added statistical analysis is certainly reflective of that.
And see, that's interesting because the judges obviously don't have access to that, but we do. So we can maybe see, okay, the stats might have shown that Perry Stargel won that round, at least in the striking. But I think with the 2 submission attempts and the takedown, Gavin Agnew probably won that round on the judges' scorecards. Nice right hook there from Perry Stargel. Stargel also a high output. We saw the 65 strikes in the first round. Nice combo there from Gavin Agnew. Agnew throwing a lot of hooks here. Both guys, I mean, as a southpaw, a lot of times you like hooks because most of the time you're fighting an orthodox fighter, and hooks work really well against an opponent of opposite stance, but an opponent that's the same stance don't always necessarily work the same way. Agnew again here looking for the clinch takedown. See the high clinch here up against the cage. Agnew has a really interesting wrestling style, sort of a Greco-Roman style almost.
A lot of upper body control.
Nice head position here from Gavin Agnew, but that whizzer on the left arm. Not a full whizzer here from Perry Stargel, but if you're a striker who wants to stay on your feet, I feel like I always say this every show, but that really was kind of a turning point when strikers realized, hey, that we can use a whizzer to stay on our feet against a guy who wants to try to take us down, take us down, take us down. Like you see Perry Stargel here, one leg still able to stay on his feet because he has that whizzer. See Gavin Agnew.
Very opened up.
A little bit.
Yeah. Blood all over the place now. Agnew is determined to try to get this to the ground. The corner of Perry Stargel is telling him, do not go to the ground.
Yeah, they're telling him, let go of that guillotine attempt. Now you see Agnew trying to drop down, maybe try to get that double leg. Now looking maybe for a high crotch takedown. Perry Stargel doing a good job staying on his feet here. Under a minute to go here in round number 2. Agnew really just trying to pry him to the ground almost. Nice kick to the body off of the release there. One thing I love about Perry Stargel, he has great counters, but he's also not afraid to be first. A lot of times, guys that are good at countering, they fall in love with trying to counter, but Perry Stargel, not afraid to throw first. Right in front of our broadcast position. Nice knee to the body off the cage there from Perry Stargel. 10 seconds left here in round number 2. Another nice knee to the body there from Stargel off the break. End of round number 2 there. You see here the fight stats here in round number 2. .65 strikes thrown. Only 3 significant strikes landed there for Gavin Agnew in the second round versus 11 for Perry Stargel. And I think that was definitely a round you got to give to Perry Stargel. They gave Gavin Agnew a credit for a takedown. I'm not sure. That might have been, I think, from the first round. But
So Gavin Agnew likely won the first round, we're thinking. Perry Stargel took the second.
See Jeremy Pender here in the corner of Perry Stargel, and Gavin Agnew's brother Keegan Agnew in his corner. Agnew previously fought Alex Hacker. That was a great fight. Also
went to the scorecards.
Also the C4 FC welterweight champion, I believe. Keegan Agnew, the Hardrock MMA lightweight champion. I know they were trying to get him on this card last minute, and nobody wanted to step up to fight Keegan. Keegan is I think a lot of people, that might be a good decision.
Not an easy task for anybody.
Really interesting fight. You've got the grappler and Agnew versus the striker and Perry Stargel. See if Stargel's able to continue to stay on his feet here in the third round. Cage crew getting a little bit of extra precipitation cleaned up there, moisture in between rounds. You saw Keegan Agnew wiping off Gavin, and I think Perry Stargel's corner might have been avoiding that. They want to keep him slippery. Nice shots there. Stargel's throwing heavy leather here. Misses with a big right hand as Agnew's changed levels. Ooh, that was a big knee there. I'm not sure if he was down. Looked like he was down on his knee. He threw a knee to the head. Stargel, I think, realized. That's just one where, really they're kind of almost in a scramble position. So you see the replay here. See if he was down. See if that left knee goes down before the knee is landed. It's the right knee. Yeah, and that definitely looked like it at least landed to the neck. And Stargel immediately.
He knew what was.
It's incidental. I mean, it was in a transition, and
much easier to decide it was a bad decision while we're watching it in slow motion replay.
Yeah, and I think Stargel immediately realized it was at least close, but he immediately realized that obviously was not intentional at all. The real question here is whether Rob Mooney is going to take a point, but Gavin Agnew is saying, hey, man, don't worry about it.
Good sportsmanship from Gavin Agnew, saying don't worry about it. Let's keep the fight going.
Yeah, I think both guys realized it was incidental. I think we're seeing whether Gavin Agnew is able to continue.
Talking to the commission, getting some input from Dr. Sparks and
got the ring announcer, Jason Wino, over trying to figure out what's going on as well. See if looks like we're stopping the fight. Not sure if there's going to be a.
Looks like they're having him to the center, and I guess Gavin will win via disqualification, right? Okay, no, I'm sorry.
Wow, okay, I didn't realize they were stopping it for
a knockout.
Yeah.
That's a
interesting decision.
Yeah, it is. Not saying that I necessarily disagree with it. Agnew said it's okay. I know it wasn't on purpose. I guess that the decision was taking into consideration that Agnew was not thinking it was a fake, malicious blow, and therefore it ended the fight. He got him.